Nico Loti to score. Nico Loti cuts back in. Held by McCormack. It's Hook Emmanuel. Here's the co-captain. Keanu Tomata. Poverty Bay with the line in sight. Poverty Bay on the line. Poverty Bay cutting back, chopping back. As the backs cried out for the ball. The backs were crying for the ball. Poverty Bay. Nico Loti, the tank without treads. Poverty Bay Saker got the pass up. Poverty Bay to ground, held up. Poverty Bay wailing on Mid Canterbury here. The competition leaders with guts and glory in defence, holding Poverty Bay at bay, holding Poverty Bay out. That was tremendous defence by Mid Canterbury on the line. I thought that the Bay had cracked Mid Canterbury again, but no, the Hammers showing some heart here. Poverty Bay underneath it, that's Taylor Adams. It's a long pass to Saker. Saker, another long pass to Loeffler. Josiah Bosaka, the winger, cutting back in. Score at the moment, 22 points to 7 with a penalty goal. Strong stuff from Winnie. Vitalaenga. Burrows forward. Saker. Big numbers out here on the left. Poverty Bay. Ball goes down. Anthony Koronia. Mid Canterbury. Remember, under advantage. Kaioni Tiamo Poki. And he runs it back. Was that Mid Canterbury's advantage? Over halfway. They had the ball stripped from them, Poverty Bay. Mid Canterbury have it. Mid Canterbury looking out to the left. Good hands getting involved a moment ago. Ashton MacArthur. His sizable locking partner, Zach Healy, been involved in a lot of play. Okay, some interesting passing there from Mid Canterbury. Their support play's pretty good. They've still got the ball. Nice hands. Dunley, the gutsy Dunley. The Dunley way, straight down the middle. Now McCloy. McCloy, a short pass. Tackle there on Tuoli. Mid Canterbury have the ball now. One try, an excellent try to Dunley. That's a big guy. He's played a great first half. He's played a magnificent first half, the young lock. Here's fullback Innes. Innes, who might have scored on another day, would have scored. Okay. Mid Canterbury, it's a little messy here, but they still have the ball. Mid Canterbury down at the moment by 15 points, more than 2 converted tries. Mid Canterbury is Poverty Bay showing signs of wear here. Mid Canterbury, oh, great pass! And Mid Canterbury are in for their second try. Poverty Bay overheated there for a moment. They look decidedly tired there on that sequence. In that sequence, they did look tired. Osia by Sagale. Tight end prop forward of Methman. Try award to him. 22 to 12 now, a 10-point gap still. Hearts aflutter. Ricky to take the shot here. 22 points to 12 at the moment. This for 22 to 14. Another incredibly exciting game here at Rugby Park. And once more Ricky in fine form with the boot. Ricky does Mid Canterbury great good. The Hammers are playing well here. They're having to play from behind, sure, but they're playing well enough. And I think
30 minutes into the first.
the involvement of their tight five making a big difference there, and they look so strong. Ball in hand, momentum established a moment ago. Okay, and it's not easy looking into the sun either. That's McCloy, finds touch. McCloy has played a good first half for Mid Canterbury. His positional play's been pretty good. He's made good ground with the boot. Poverty Bay at the moment up by 8. Big Winnie. Mid Canterbury's defence holding here. Saker Nice pass there to Toma Lomalili. Good carry, great hands there actually. That wasn't an easy pass to pick up. Kororia back on the inside. Was a strong tackle, it was uppish. Wasn't a high tackle, but it was up. Oh, Toma Lomalili lowered the shoulder. Lowered the boom there a moment ago. That's Adams, over to Loeffler. Loeffler, good stuff. Kaione, Tiamo Poke just put the ball down. He didn't drop it, he just simply put the ball down. Quaden Chatikora, oh, good save there by Quaden Chatikora. Great play for Poverty Bay by Quaden Chatikora, left wing. Poverty Bay, though, have turned the ball over. Okay, whoa, what happened there? That was the big guy, Manasi Samoa. I think he hit himself on the head with the ball. Well, he did. He bounced the ball off his own head. That was a Cohen Loeffler. 6 off the touchline. Well, that was an incredible, I don't know if you saw what I saw, but Manasi Samoa actually bounced the ball off his own head. I don't know whether it's 4 when you bounce the ball off your own head. Header there from Manasi Samoa. That was a lot of fun, I think. Manasi Samoa. Well, if that's the case, that was an error. That can't be forward. He's allowed to bounce it off his head. It's not that's not counted as forward. Except it was. Poverty Bay, where's Saker? There's Saker. Ball in hand. No, he was wrong there, Samoa. That was wrong. At the moment, 22 points to 14. 8-point game. Good scrum platform for Poverty Bay. Now, Chatikora, is this him? He puts boot to ball, hooks it infield. Lovely kick, actually. Poverty Bay and Saker was coming. The predatory Saker. No one more dangerous. Saker pleading his case. Begging for a penalty. Down the blind side, Mid Canterbury. That was Declan McCormack. Oh, good tackle there by Ngahu Emmanuel. Nice pass, Stewart. Got it away to McCormack. McCormack wanted for a runner. Poverty Bay, Declan McCormack. Well, that's general play. Penalty now, Mid Canterbury. Declan McCormack did very well to get up there. Saw some marvellous support play there from Mid Canterbury. Their forwards, well, they might be sucking in the big ones. It is a hot day. No worse feeling when you're out there than to run out of gas. He's tight 5. Forwards, he's tight forwards. They are puffing. Another great win to Healy. Prince of the line out. So at the moment, 22 points to 14. 8-point game. They'd be within 1 point. They scored and converted here. Mid Canterbury. Declan McCormack. Feisty sort. Mid Canterbury want the ball. They're only a metre from the line here. Mid Canterbury, the Hammers. This is where they'll put pressure on Poverty Bay. They are coming, Mid Canterbury. Are they held up? They're short of the goal line. Referee Catley in good position. Mid Canterbury is still short. The big guy, MacArthur. MacArthur, long pass. McCloy, he cut back in. And Mid Canterbury with good hands. Great hands out wide and coming back towards the posts. They're off that left wing. Raitube, Basuda Carter. Basuda Carter with a marvellous try there.
19, Poverty Bay 22.
They kept it going there, Mid Canterbury. Now it's 22 points to 19. I saw a good pass from the big guy, Ashton MacArthur. And with the line in sight, they never panicked. There was no white line fever from Mid Canterbury. Look at Declan McCormack, classic rugby image, stalking back to his fellow forwards, hulking back to his fellow forwards, as forwards do in this country. So at the moment, 22 points to 19. They'd be within a point of Poverty Bay, but I wonder if that penalty that Poverty Bay chose to kick could end up being very important. Okay, head was down there. Went through Tom Reckie.
From 3 for the kicking.
Sharing a joke there with referee Catley.
Poverty Bay 22.
We have something like 3 minutes left. Is that the signal? 3 minutes left. Stu Catley at the halfway mark. In very good position. Judge whether or not those forwards are onside. They better be behind the line. Mind you, referee Catley couldn't see what was happening behind him, and they did seem to be in front of the line on this side. McCloy. Okay, nice hands over there. Excellent hands. Poverty Bay's Coyote, Tiamo Pocket. Went forward now, penalty here, Mid Canterbury. (22-21). A modern day classic. Poverty Bay and Mid Canterbury. Our friends from Ashburton. And I tell you, this has been a very good game. 24 so far today.
3 minutes to go in the first half. Let's go with the Bay.
Well, I wonder how that's possible because they told me there were 3 minutes left earlier on. Mind you, everyone keeps their own watch. 22-21, Poverty Bay up at the moment with 3 minutes to play. And okay, Mid Canterbury have the ball. Poverty Bay pop the ball onto the Mid Canterbury side. McCloy, they're finishing this first half really strongly. Here's Toyutu, that was Ricky bumping into him. Nothing untoward there. Nice pass McCormack, good pass McCloy. It's a little bit of a high one from Samoa. Right, Tubi, and he lost the ball forward. That's going to be ruled on here by referee Catley. He doesn't miss a trick, man. I'm going to be honest with you. 22 points to 21. Mid Canterbury, and it's good. They need to be in fine voice over there, and they are. There are times you've got to be involved. When you're playing away from home and the opposition is up by a point heading towards half time, you need to be involved. 1 point in it. Saker. Saker chased through on a couple of kicks in this first half. Let you know that he's going to be dangerous game long. Saker there to Karodia with a good settling run. Really good play there from Karodia. Lost the ball forward on the floor. Good decision there from referee Catley. Now Karodia have made good ground, but the Bay could not afford to turn the ball over in their own 22, which is what happened. Now it's 22 to 21. Mid Canterbury with their last big shot here in the first half of play. Impassioned cries from the sideline. In front of the referee's rooms, there are some rum old characters there. No doubt about that. Real rugby wits up there in the referee's rooms. 22-21. Exciting stuff. Referee Catley. These players, these teams, their fortunes rise and fall on that whistle. That man. 22-21. Thrilling game of rugby. Mum and Dad and all the kids enjoying this rugby. Poverty Bay have for the second week in a row. I mean, this is, yeah, it's week 7, I realise that. But these last 2 weeks have been the biggest weeks in many years for Poverty Bay. Liam McCormack. Whoa, what happened there? Okay, McCormack. Here comes Ricky. Ricky trying to fight his way towards support. Poverty Bay are thin over here on the right. McCormack. Ennis has it. And coming in hard there was Sam Pierce. And in touch, Royce Maynard. Royce Maynard, a very attentive official. Probably in the, well, I don't have any doubt, in the top bracket of Poverty Bay's active referees. And they're a very loyal, venerable group, these Poverty Bay referees. Decades of experience. Royce Maynard, okay, Poverty Bay as the line out is one. That's Big Winnie. Comes there. Okay, they lose the ball forward. They lost it backward. Okay, they did lose it, but they lost it backward. And Poverty Bay want the ball back. They better clear for touch. Where's Adams? Everybody's looking for Adams. Adams has the ball. Adams for touch. Adams, has he found touch? Adams, okay, and he leapt from out of play and caught it. Good play there from Pierce. And now he's put Mid Canterbury in an attacking position. Raitubi, Vasudakata fell around about 15 metres into Poverty Bay's half centre ground. Here they come again. And Samoa floated the long pass. Referee Catley, Poverty Bay have the ball. I wonder if he got a call on a forward pass. Was that the call? And at halftime, 22-21, Poverty Bay hanging on to a lead here, hanging on to a 1-point lead. Well, I tell you what, you wouldn't say they were comfortable. The Poverty Bay, once again, this time, it's the competition leaders. They're up by a point. Can they hang on? Or can they? Well, welcome back everybody, 22-21. The Poverty Bay Wicker leading Mid Canterbury here. A 1 point lead only, but a lead is a lead. Poverty Bay got some magnificent tries in the first half. So also did Mid Canterbury. Mid Canterbury finished the second half of this Week 7 clash in the Bunnings Warehouse Heartland Championship powerfully. They went to the break full of energy. Poverty Bay held them out at the last. That's exactly what they needed to do. That's Anthony Karodia, who was a key figure in the first half with his hands and strength. He runs strongly. Poverty Bay's Saker, the outstanding halfback. That's a low pass to Ngahi Emmanuel, scorer of their first try. Taylor Adams, nice pass. Good hands here from Poverty Bay, playing good rugby. Nico Loti, a lot of presence on the ball. That's a nice pass a moment ago from Yossi Brown, the tight end prop. He's still got it. And towards halfway, Saker, some of these passes, they're a little rough. Here's Toma Lomalili. Things that go bump. Poverty Bay over the gain line here. Poverty Bay with the ball once again. Poverty Bay strongly towards halfway, just short of halfway, to be perfectly honest. Poverty Bay have made some changes during the break. We will make you aware of those. Ngahi Emmanuel is a tall hooker forward, certainly having a bumper season. Taylor Adams. Now Cohen Loeffler had to hold on to that for a moment, was going to throw the pass before he had the ball in his hands. Poverty Bay are about to be penalised here, and the first penalty of this, the second half, awarded by referee Catley. Referee Catley, well respected by the players. There are a few reasons for that, but one of the big ones is he's fit enough to keep up with play, and he's always in good position. Don't get very many guess calls from referee Catley, and sometimes, to be honest, if you're a little older and a little heavier, you're going to guess. Never going to get into perfect position all the time, but within normal human constraints, referee Catley does. 22-21, Mid Canterbury energised, Mid Canterbury purposeful, Mid Canterbury not competition leaders for nothing. They have won 6 from 6. Game 7 of this year's championship. Waiting now is Ngahi Emmanuel. Throw the ball into play. Waiting for the ball here. Rugby Park, as all of you are aware, still being redeveloped as a ground. The fans have started to come back. The makeup of the fans interesting too. Okay, throw by Dunley, went forward off Mid Canterbury. Ground a moment ago was Mawala, I think. Now Ngahi Emmanuel off the sideline, got to get off the sideline. Humpty Dumpty's off the sideline. Poverty Bay, Saker wants it, Saker had it in his hands. He had it for about a moment. And then the big guy, Raitube, Basuda, oh man, he folded up. Is he okay? The way went down. Did the right thing there, referee Catley. Saw the way that Raitubi Vasuda Carter went down. And Keanu Taumata, blindside flanker, co-captain of Poverty Bay, having words, I think, with Hunter Stewart, the loose head prop. And he has scrummaged powerfully today, but the way that Raitubi Vasuda Carter went down there, referee Catley did exactly the right thing. Wanted to make sure that he didn't have a player seriously injured. Oh, there, Ngahi Emmanuel pointing at his shoelace on one of his opposites. Josh Dunley scored the trays, grinning away like a Cheshire cat. Ngahi Emmanuel scored 22-21, 1 point game. Poverty Bay scored the first try. Poverty Bay scored the first points. Italianga. Poverty Bay scrum about to be tested here. Referee Catley may allow them to reset. Hunter Stewart saying, it wasn't me. Yossi Brown, look at that. How's that for a grin? Yossi Brown believes he has the better of his opposite here at the moment, Hunter Stewart and Brown. Josh Dunley, no time for this gamesmanship, this byplay. He's here to scrummage. Now the referee's interpretation of what's happening in the front row is going to be crucial here. Sometimes you're not always sure whose fault it is that a scrum goes down or a front row collapses. But you have to make a call. Saker, good scrum, good battle at the scrum. Saker has it. He's caught here. Now, that was Declan McCormack getting to Saker. Saker, well, he doesn't really care about that at the moment. He's won the penalty. Big Palusa over here, slope shoulder Palusa. The 19, Josiah Basaka. No, Manuel. See that there, Manuel here on the other side of the sideline because he's preparing to throw the ball in. Save every second he can. 22-21. People are hoping, they're dreaming, they're wondering whether it's possible that Poverty Bay could beat Mid Canterbury. It is possible, but they're going to need to be able to play for 18 plus minutes. Loose ball situation. There's Big Winnie. He's coming their way. Winnie, Italiana to ground there, and he's not easy to take. Takes some, I was going to say careful handling. That's Nico Loti. Lock forward. It's caught a little high there, Mid Canterbury. Going over the top. Okay, got a boot in there, Declan McCormack. Then he was held back. Almost in the full Nelson. Josiah Basaka. Okay, that ball went backwards too. Loose ball situation. Taylor Adams drops on the ball. Plops like a raindrop. Poverty Bay, it's general play. It's Mid Canterbury ball. Poverty Bay are in trouble now. 5 out from their 22. Mid Canterbury have the ball. Poverty Bay turned it over, and again the hands of, well, Healy there with a pass. Unaccustomed to handling the ball out there. That's Ricky with a chip and chase. Nice hands. Mark called for. Talk about living on a knife's edge. Poverty Bay, the year of living dangerously, 2025. They ran back here, the ball went loose. Okay, Poverty Bay have found touch or not? No, they haven't. Cardinal Sin. Ball in the hands of Pearce. Pearce with boot to ball. That's a very good kick by Pearce. Doesn't find touch, however. Anthony Carodia, he will run it back. He doesn't kick all that often. As a matter of fact, you can tell by the way the back carries the ball, he had no intention whatsoever of kicking on that occasion. Now Taylor Adams from inside his 22. Now puts up the bomb. Okay, just short of halfway. Poverty Bay want the ball. That's Osaka coming through. Well, was Osaka onside? Obviously. Obviously he was. Now McCormack down the blind side. McCormack trying to get away from Toma. Hands like meat dishes. Lose the ball on the floor. Okay, that was McCormack. Here's McCloy. Great angle there. Healy! All he had to do was hold on to the ball. Now, when you're in that situation, just hold onto the ball. Healy had it.
Heading onto the field, coming back from Tonga duties.
Moala.
Let's go the Bay.
Big guy has played for Tonga, and he's back. Okay, is he on for Lennox Shanks? I think Lennox Shanks has been wonderful, actually. Good lad from Mahia. Plays a good, honest game of rugby. Toma Lomalili on one knee, on bent knee, being attended to by Petra Sparks. Local physio. Brilliant young lady, very good sports person herself. Father is one of the leading lights of local Gisborne basketball. And Petra, we trialled, I think, for the Otago Volts for the Otago girls a few years ago. I think they're called the Gold Rush from memory. Tomalomalili. Well, that's one of the strange things that happens, isn't it? You're a physio or a trainer, you end up on the far side of the ground. But they are all mic'd up these days, so you receive instruction. As long as your headpiece works, that is. 22-21. Gee. An exciting game. Rautubi Vasurakata, the great winger, over here on the left for Mid Canterbury. He's played some marvellous games for the Hammers over the years. They've had many grand servants, but he has given of his all to the Union. And on a personal note, it's nice to see him again. 22-21, he's coming. Henry Saker, tough little halfback. Tough. Okay, they go down the blind side. Saker there with a tough pass. And part of me wonders whether or not going down the blind side in that situation was what the Bay needed to do. There are things you do in the opposition's half that you don't do in your own. Josh Dunley scored a try in the first half. He's had a good all-round game, Josh Dunley. This is taking a little while. Healy, this is taking a heck of a long time, actually. That's McCormack, away to McCloy, Recchi. Big guy, Samoa, Manasa Samoa. Okay, Mid Canterbury ball in hand with numbers here. And rugged treatment there, Tom Alomalili came in to make a tackle. Poverty Bay looking for a turnover. I'm not sure if they have it. I think they have it. I couldn't see the ball. No, Healy has the ball, throws the dummy. 6-6-6-7 dummy. Brown takes care of him. Okay, now look at that little flick pass there from Dunley. McCormack put down there by Josiah Basaka. Poverty Bay fighting really, really hard. Hunter Stewart there. Good body position from Stewart. McCormack's feeling it over here. He's slow to get to his feet, and I can understand why. Healy. Okay, they've made a break here. Samoa. Big guy, the number 8, Cleone Tiamo. Got some help, and Poverty Bay recovered in defence. But for how long can they? Here come Mid Canterbury. They got numbers out here on the left. That's Toiuli. And he's almost there, and now he is there. So, Toiuli with a try there for 26-22. Mid Canterbury very purposeful and determined there a moment ago. Kept it coming, kept the ball alive. Numbers to the ball. Indeed. Poverty Bay trail Mid Canterbury for the first time. 26-22, a 4-point gap, shortly to become 6 in a sensible reality. 26-22, this would give South Canterbury a 6-point lead, which they now have. Tom Recchi. Certain things are a given. Very good kick there from Tom Recchi. 28-22. 28-22. Poverty Bay now trail by 6. But a reminder, a converted try to Poverty Bay will put them 1 point ahead. And I think that was one of the reasons landing that penalty goal or taking the shot in the first half was a good idea. Meant that Poverty Bay could always stay in touch or within at least one converted try of Mid Canterbury. They have to be the next team to score though, Poverty Bay. They have been good, but cannot afford for your effort to dip now. And they've just caught a break. Poverty Bay will set a scrum on that far touchline. John Hake will stand. Reminder, the history of this place, part of the race course, those precincts, before 1955. Ground opened as the Park Domain, but the name didn't take, so it was changed very quickly to Rugby Park. Prior to that, of course, they had played at Gisborne Oval, played at Victoria Domain, more commonly known as the netball courts, once used for rugby. And Tucker's paddock, the very beginning. Captain Tucker. Poverty Bay, this is still a scrum. Okay, Poverty Bay over the gain line. Turned Mid Canterbury a long way to the left. Saker has it. Some of these passes need to stick. Poverty Bay have the ball. Saker. Sometimes it's not a bad thing to simplify your play. Moala's on the field of play now, so they'll have another option to carry the ball. Certainly he, Keanu Taumata, Big Winnie. Adams there with a chip kick, got him on the turn. Ratubi Vasudakata, Cohen Loeffler got to him. Fit Cohen Loeffler in his pocket, but he has now been taken. Vasudakata around about 5 out from his own goal line. And there a moment ago. Okay, Poverty Bay, they've got a turnover here. It looks like the ball's on their side. They've been penalised, though, by referee Catley. Referee Catley with another solid display. Muted crowd on that far side. Sometimes the crowd waits for the players to do something special and they erupt into life. Sometimes players wait for the crowd to react.
The crowd juices them up. Okay, Lance Dixon, co-captain Lance Dixon, missed a few games through injury, is now back on the field. Okay, he's at the front of the line out for Poverty Bay against Hunter Stewart. Neither of them were going to jump for it, obviously. And here they come, Mid Canterbury, and strongly. Here's Samoa. Samoa there, caught one leg on one leg. Obviously, he's nowhere near as effective. Poverty Bay over the gain line, and they now have the ball on the front foot. Wow! With a big tackle on Manasa Samoa. Nico Loti, Poverty Bay want to run. Cohen Loeffler put boot to ball. Not sure that was part of the plan. Poverty Bay have been adventurous in this game, but sometimes you can hang on to the ball. Lance Dixon has it. He'll bump a little. He'll thump and bump and get upfield. Poverty Bay now Taylor Adams. Pass there, Leka Palusa. Got those big legs. Don't want a knee in the teeth. Here now Adams there with a chip kick. Turning him around. Josiah Basaka. There to make a tackle on Innes and Pierce. Mid Canterbury now under a little bit of pressure as Poverty Bay just want to come off their own line. That is their own defensive line. Make the next tackle. Try and squeeze Mid Canterbury at their own end. Okay, now McCloy, the first 5, with a hooking touch finder. That was a very good kick from McCloy, and McCloy is impressive. There are many players around the place who are flashy. McCloy doesn't do anything to try to stand out, but he's just a very good, solid player, and with a touch of class, doesn't need to ham it up. Good player, McCloy. Little Williamson out there, the co-captain. The little fridge at the back of the line out. Adam Williamson of Southern. Okay, Nico Loti. He gets up there, is beaten by McCormack, Declan McCormack. It's going to be knocked forward there by Mid Canterbury. Just my eyes, I thought Mid Canterbury saw the signal and they were clapping their hands together, but then they were told that it would actually be them that lost the ball forward. And they were not amused.
Dixon taking the field, front row for the Bay. 22, 19 and 20 coming on from Mid Canterbury.
Okay. Manasa Samoa takes a break. So also to Shepherd, Mambete. Both those guys played pretty well, I thought. Braden Grant on the field to play now for Poverty Bay. Guys just can't wait to get off the bench and get out there. But once you have been given an opportunity, of course, you've just got to try to stay calm. Not force too much. Having said that, take your opportunities when they present themselves. Keelan Smith on the far side has done a good job as they are. Royce Maynard has probably had a few more decisions to make. Players just simply run that way today. Way these things are, Seika. Okay, nice hands here, Braden Grant. He'll bring a different flavour to it. There on the bounce, Quaden Shafikora has it, does well, tries to fight through a tackle, gets to ground, did well there to get the ground. Penalty though. Not release the ball is the call there from referee Catley, and who can argue? In good position, referee Catley. Tackle had been made, player did not release the ball. I think the youngster, Quaden Shafikora, might have been of the opinion that he was tackled, not held so he could get up and run again. That's not the view of referee Catley. And these referees today, and perhaps all season here, to be honest, have been very consistent, very good. And I've been impressed by the coaches and the captains that I've spoken to after games. Not one of them has laid a whole lot of fluff on the referees. They've been happy with the standard of refereeing here. But I would say to you that's because the refereeing here has been very good. Okay, good win McCormack. Great at the line out today for Mid Canterbury. Played excellent rugby and their guys have run the ball hard here. Well, how'd that happen? That's the second time out. Oh, Winnie! Up to Palusa, who lost it forward. That is the second time, honestly. Winnie Tialanga, the number 8 forward, has just appeared from nowhere and made an enormous run down the middle, a bust. And you hadn't even seen him where he'd come from. I mean, he's a big guy. It's not as if he can hide. Palusa's a monster. Be 6'6", 6'7". Poverty Bay have some tall timber. Max Bryant's been a member of the squad. He played here against the Coast. He's 6'7", so they're certainly not lacking size. Tallest player to play here this season, Jack Rusky, 6'8", youngster, young lock forward for South Canterbury. And at the moment, Mid Canterbury, it's McCloy. Great pass by McCloy to McCormack, to Declan. Okay, it's out wide to Tube Vasudakata, but in good position again. The forward pass has been ruled by referee Catley. 28-22. Some of the changes that have been made by Mid Canterbury, they have some young players on the park out there in 23 now. Hugh Cameron of Southern, most promising. His team at the moment, 6 points up. Poverty Bay last week came from behind to beat South Canterbury, having led for almost the entire match. Henry Saker. These guys are trying referee Catley's patience, because this is very late in the game for the front rows and the scrum to still be sorting themselves out. Cormac to ground there. Saker, they look left. Adams, that's Braden Grant, left footer. Good coverage there. It's the young guy Cameron I was talking about. Now comes back, he's a little high in terms of body position. They might be in trouble here, Mid Canterbury. They would seem to have turned the ball over. They have. Did well initially to catch the ball, Cameron. Nico Loti has been powerful all day for Poverty Bay. He has been strong. Taylor Adams, nice hands again. Braden Grant. It's a tough one bouncing behind Josiah Basaka. Poverty Bay's Josiah Basaka. Williamson hung on. Clung on like grim death. Great tackle by Williamson. Co-captain of Mid Canterbury, the Hammers. Poverty Bay behind their own gain line. Driven back there, Big Winnie. Saker with numbers. Ngahi Emmanuel. Got to try and keep it simple in your own half. Josiah Basaka, supported by Manuel. Poverty Bay want the ball. They have the ball back. Big Winnie, and these passes, as I said, they're a little scrappy, and it's going to cost them, and it has cost them. Away is Declan McCormack. He scores under the bar. A very good try there. Well, that's a very good try. 33-22 now in favour of South Canterbury, and some passes haven't gone to hand. Poverty Bay passes have gone down. Been a number of blind passes, got to be honest. That is guys passing the ball into space, simply imagining that a teammate would be there. That has not always been the case. (33-22). 33-22. 11-point game. Tom Reckie. And Tom Reckie has once again kicked very well for a Mid Canterbury here. Hero of their last win at the Oval. Tony Watson got out there with some water, I think, for the referee. Nice touch. 35-22.
Let's go to the wicker. 18 minutes to play.
35-22. Poverty Bay, it's probably been mainly in the area of handling today that they'll look back and say, well, we could have done this and we should have done that. Poverty Bay restart. Adams with a restart, goes forward off Mid Canterbury. Now Winnie. Poverty Bay's Keanu Taumata with a good plant. Poverty Bay at pace. Josiah Basaka off Cohen Loeffler. Basaka is strong, unable to break through there though. Lance Dixon has it. Poverty Bay looking to use width, but being caught behind the gain line by Mid Canterbury, whose tackling has never looked surer. Poverty Bay's Toma Lomalili now surges down the left touch. Toma Lomalili with a magnificent effort. Poverty Bay, that was Moala, the tank from High School Old Boys. Poverty Bay now with ball on the front foot. Here's Winnie, bounced off, I think that was McCormack. Poverty Bay again, probing on the right. A pass to a Kaione Tiamo Poki from depth. Poverty Bay trying to find a way through here against Mid Canterbury. They're probing. Lance Dixon, not held whatsoever. Good understanding of the laws of rugby there. Wasn't held. Now Saker has it. Saker ran first into a Fotuhala. Here's Dixon again with a number of carries. Dixon, since he's been out there, has been very involved. And Poverty Bay trying to get over the gain line. May have turned the ball over. No. Poverty Bay still have the ball. Dixon has it. Close to the ruck, to the breakdown. Williamson with another good tackle. Adam Williamson, you can't fault the effort. Keanu Taumata again. Poverty Bay now starting to make inroads here against Mid Canterbury. They get to ground. They save possession. They still have the ball. Poverty Bay, they're not done by any stretch of the imagination. Poverty Bay now go right. Poverty Bay's Dixon trying to break through. Poverty Bay's Dixon only a metre or so out, a body length. Poverty Bay, Moala! Moala is there! Moala has scored a mighty try for Poverty Bay, who still trail 35-27. They trail at the moment by, I think, 8, but they needed a try. They needed something from the big guy, and Moala supplied it. 35 to, I think, 27. So it was 35-27. Good. Stu Catley needs his water. Brilliant over there. Tony Watson, the referee's crew, the local referees, getting out there with water for Stu Catley. You want the guy to run at full tilt. You'll get water out there, all right. 35-27, this for 35-29. And as it bounced through and in, it's in! Hey, that's the second time he's done it. The first half, it bounced off the right, then went to the left, then back in. And did he just do the same thing? Off the left post to the right, then in? Well, who needs down the middle when you have the pinball effect? 35-29, Poverty Bay a converted try. They would lead in the game. Henry Saker, but they've got to try and simplify things. Braden Grant there with a long kick. Took it on the run there, Hugh Cameron. Hugh Cameron, an impressive runner with the ball in hand, had to get by Catley. Poverty Bay did well there, Cameron. Young man tries hell of a hard. Poverty Bay have it. That is the second time, though. No, that's a good decision by referee Catley. They lost the ball forward there at that point, Poverty Bay. But
12 minutes to go in the game. Let's get behind our winger.
The young man is full of enthusiasm, but sometimes that very quick plant, the opposition are nearby. They're going to get to that ball before your own forwards. Your own forwards won't mind if you hold on to the ball for a few more seconds. Winnie's been very good. Moala's come out there and made a difference. Tongan International. Poverty Bay 6 points behind. Middle stages, second half. Last 10 minutes. Okay, free kick here. Mid Canterbury. Here's young Cameron again. Oh, burst of speed. He is promising. Magic pass from Hugh Cameron. And tries the water there. That had to be Pierce, was it? Pierce in the 14. And Cameron, great run.
Great try for number 14.
People were still taking stock. And Pierce, who made an excellent chase on, I think, the first restart, get it back. And now Poverty Bay trail 40-29. So it's back to 11 points again. Recce with a very important kick, because if he makes this, Poverty Bay would need 2 converted tries in the last 10 minutes of play for victory. And in the same way that you can't ever think that you have a game won at this stage, nor can you really afford doubt to creep in and think that the game is already lost. Okay, kick is away, so still, Mid Canterbury's lead is 11 points.
Remains the same, 40 to 29.
Yeah, 11 points in it. They need, actually, they still do need 2 converted tries, but they would have been 13 points in arrears had it not been for that. Restart of play from Adams. Poverty Bay getting up to chase. Okay, that went forward off Poverty Bay. Mid Canterbury have the ball, and now Poverty Bay get it. But he had made it pretty clear, referee Catley, what was going to come of that. Again, I've enjoyed this game today. It's been well run. Players from time to time have looked at fine margins and said, hey, are you sure? But the truth is, overwhelmingly, referee Catley has made the right decision 90+% of the time. And that's as much as you have any right to expect. Crowd here too have seen a high standard of rugby. It's been fast. This game's not over, like I said. Just taking the chance to point out here while we have a bit of a pause. Okay, Saka wants the ball, and while Saka having something to do there with number 21, Josh Lennox of Southern. It's a Moala. Now, he don't have a number on his back. Sometimes it's a matter of finding gear that fits. Lance Dixon has a. Lance Dixon's very energetic, you know. He's a big guy. You might not think so, but he can get around. Okay, that's was that deliberately? Okay, now Adams is the reason that Adams threw the ball away like that. Fotu Hala came through in the first instance. Adams is hands on hips, looking at referee Catley. He believes that that was an intentional knock forward by Fotu Hala. I think he knocked the ball away there, Taylor, because he was waiting for the referee to award a penalty. Truth is, sometimes though, these guys they knock the ball forward. It's not always intentional. $40 points to 29. Poverty Bay 11 points in arrears. Week 7, Bunnings Warehouse Heartland Championship. Good scrum here from Poverty Bay, and this time they are awarded the scrum penalty. Adam Williamson, I'm not quite sure how it happened or why, but hit his shoulder on the floor. You could lose years trying to guess at why sometimes these scrum penalties are awarded or why they go the way they go. Just very happy that we've got people out there that know and understand it. Poverty Bay with a line out, their own line out, and they got to win it. That's Keanu Taumata. Okay, throw is ruled not to be straight by Nico Loti. Well, rather Loti was the recipient. Throw was meant there for Keanu Taumata, but it went over him, and Nico Loti caught the ball in the middle. That's McCloy looking for touch, goes long now. And he didn't find touch. Little kick there from Kaione Tiamo Poki. Time has arrived for Poverty Bay to chance their arm. Poverty Bay, as bodies fly, referee Catley. Now, they were howling from the Mid Canterbury reserves bench, and I can understand why. Looked as if guys were off their feet. Okay, and the ball is loose again. These players are waiting for a whistle once or twice, and they better get it into their heads. You got to play to the whistle. Okay, Kaione Tiamo Poki does brilliantly there, looking into the sun. Did extremely well there, Kaione Tiamo Poki. Poverty Bay fullback, Poverty Bay with ball in hand. Taylor, Lekapalooza, got the big legs going now. And Poverty Bay lost the ball forward. That was Nico Loti. Trying to catch the ball, but just couldn't quite drag it back in. Now, tough one to McCloy, man. Some of these hands in the second half of play, to be honest, some of the passing from both teams is not erratic. It hasn't been erratic, but could be simpler. 40 points to 29. Five minutes to play. No other way to look at it. You're up by 11 points. If you chose now to go to sleep, you'd lose the game. And if you're Poverty Bay, you need to be sharp. Josh Lennox. Ian Saker, it's been a good little battle. Short one, okay. Chip across by McCloy. McCloy there and got the ball to Hugh Cameron. And again, I was talking to you about keeping it as simple as you could. Okay, but Mid Canterbury now looking dangerous. And that ball there goes forward. You talk about a half of being a half of missed opportunities. Both teams are going to look back at this and say, hey, we could have done this, could have done that. But on an efforts basis, today these teams have really given it everything on a warm day. Thing about a day like this in Gisborne, it's not a blazing hot day, it's warm, sticky. That's hard to play through. Poverty Bay line out throw to come. Okay, it's a loose ball situation again. Again, it's a diabolical line out. Okay, is that Taylor Adams there? He might have got whacked in the face. He carries on. Couldn't really see who did what. Well, that there again is bounced off the head of Weenie. Penalty. Second time the ball has bounced off the head of a number 8 forward today. Both number 8s. Taylor Adams finds a very good touch. Just around about 9.5 meters from halfway. Poverty Bay cannot afford a ragged line out now. They need a good throw, good timing. It is a team exercise, I understand that. Poverty Bay have it. Saker has it. Poverty Bay, one of their last few opportunities coming up here. What can they do with it here? Cohen Loeffler, Josiah Basaka. Basaka in there to Recce. Furiously into Recce. Saker. Mawala trying to punch through. Mawala around about 4 short of halfway. Adams, Poverty Bay with quick hands. Palusa over there with a strong carry, a strong man's carry. He's a strong man. And Enforcer rolled into one. Okay, Matt Prophet over there. Was it he earlier too that might have got floored? Centre ground. Poverty Bay, man, they're having to toss Mid Canterbury back on side. Mawala now down the middle. Nico Loti taking his fair share of bumps today. Poverty Bay driven back by Mid Canterbury. Still down by 11 points. Lance Dixon throws a dummy, as he's wont to do. The OBM man, the co-captain of the Poverty Bay Wecker. Poverty Bay with some more of these passes that just, man alive. And here now Tom Recce, who has been a magnificent opponent for Poverty Bay over the years. He throws a tough pass. Did Cohen Loeffler make an early tackle, and here now is Healy, surely the best line-out forward today, and one of the best forwards today. 45 points to 29. Mid Canterbury. Well, it is nice that Tom Recce was on hand, give a good pass, and also that Healy, lone player of Canterbury, should get a try. He has been excellent at the line out from go to woe. He's managed to play very close to 80 minutes worth of rugby, and he is a player of considerable promise. Mid Canterbury were tested here today at different times. They trailed, remember, 21-22 at half-time. Now 45 points to 29. They are 16 points clear. This goes over, they'll be 18 points clear, which they are.
Mid Canterbury lead, 47-29.
47-29, an 18-point gap. Tom Recce, a great fellow.
About 2 minutes to go in the game.
Good competitor. Taylor Adams, Poverty Bay down by 18 points here. Poverty Bay will want one more try. Okay, and here's Keanu Tomata. He can accelerate here. Tomata, bounce pass, picked up by Cohen Loeffler. Cohen Loeffler. Poverty Bay, the try is awarded there by referee Catley. So Poverty Bay to 34. 47-34. 47-34. 13 points in it. Conversion attempt. That's a marvelous kick. Taylor Adams. Unbelievable. 47-36. 11 points in it. Poverty Bay did well over there in the right corner. A high-scoring game. Wonder if this will be the highest-scoring game of the weekend. Impossible to know. We haven't checked. Sam Hudson getting him behind Winnie, was it? And Winnie around about 12 out from halfway. Poverty Bay picked up a bonus point, whatever else happens. Poverty Bay to ground, and now with new life. Okay, Keanu Tomata in the middle of the ground. Now really 10 metres short of halfway. Taylor Adams. Poverty Bay's Loeffler, who still to my mind is a middleweight at this level of rugby, but he's playing above his weight. He has been gutsy, Cohen Loeffler, in the last few weeks. Lance Dixon, twisting and turning every which way but loose. Taylor Adams, all out in front. That's really what Poverty Bay want. Wow, Coyote Tiamo Poki with a memorable burst. Startling burst of speed there from Coyote. Poverty Bay really rumbling hard here. Around about 8 out from halfway now. Poverty Bay with the ball in hand, showing some patience. Braden Grant held on to the ball. I thought that was a good decision. And popped it up to Taylor Adams. Now to Keanu Tomata. Nice pass. So Poverty Bay on the run here now. Silas Brown. Silas Brown is tackled. He has the release. Poverty Bay trying the patience there of referee Catley. Here's Sam Hudson. Sam Hudson, tons of fun. Good pass. Coyote Tiamo Poki comes back. He was playing advantage. James Grogan out there in the 16. Henry Saker. Poverty Bay seem to still be of the opinion that this game is winnable. That is admirable. Last conversion attempt from Taylor Adams. That was an incredible kick. Mind you, to be fair, Recce kicked one very similarly in the first half of play. 47-36. Poverty Bay have the ball at the line out, Lekapalooza. So Poverty Bay finishing this week 7 game strongly. Poverty Bay coming hard now. 47-36. Big Moala. Poverty Bay with a spirited finish. Keanu Tomata. They're down by 11 points. You wouldn't know it, though. Want another try against Mid Canterbury. That'll be a feather in their cap. Sam Hudson got down to pick it up. Okay. He looked up. Playing advantage here, referee Catley. Poverty Bay with numbers over here on the right. Poverty Bay trying hard. I think that was Grogan. Poverty Bay with the ball again going to go left. Okay, Poverty Bay having a big crack here at Mid Canterbury. May not be able to pull off a win, but they might be able to get one more try. Poverty Bay, Lekapalooza. Huge man, Moala. Moala, he was close.
Everybody's on side at the moment. Poverty Bay. And they have scored finally.
Tryon Adams in the corner.
Is that Taylor Adams in the
41
corner?
plus 47 hits the cup.
47-41. Unbelievable. Now Poverty Bay trail by 6. Now Poverty Bay have shown some astounding character. One must also be realistic in terms of time on points. Trail by 6. Taylor Adams. What an effort here today. 47-41, Poverty Bay led 22-21 at the halftime break, don't forget. Taylor Adams, who knocked it over from this near sideline. Now from the left touch.
Taking kicking duty.
Some of Poverty Bay's great goal kickers have landed them from there. Scott Layton, I can remember, landed a few from there. Taylor Adams. An adoring crowd, hushed crowd. It's long enough. It's long enough, and unbelievably, it's there. The game is over.
47, Poverty Bay 43.
They win here. Mid Canterbury remain unbeaten with 7 from 7. A brilliant effort from Poverty Bay against Mid Canterbury. The Hammers have left Gisborne and had to show real character against the home team, who fought one heck of a hard. 47-43, am I right? Is that it? 47-43, a 4-point game. Poverty Bay within a try of Mid Canterbury. Their best effort against Mid Canterbury, a Mid Canterbury team of this level of ability that I can remember. They finished, of course, with 2 bonus points. Number 1 for losing within 7 points. Number 2 for scoring 4 tries.